Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I wanted to talk about a little bit about the Supreme Court appointees. Okay, now, you know, basically, I'm in favor of originalist judges. Okay, an originalist judge is a judge that looks at the law, looks at the Constitution, and interprets it the way it was originally meant. All right, the meaning of the original words is what counts. The intent of the people when they wrote it, and it doesn't matter if it was 200 years ago. That's what they look at. Okay, as opposed to a non-originalist judge that's basically going to look at a law and they're going to kind of make up their own stuff as to how it applies or should be applied to today's society. Okay, now here's the thing: if you have 10 judges, okay, and they look at a law, and these 10 judges are all originalists, okay? They're all going to look at the law, the Constitution, and they will all come up with the same interpretation, okay? Because they're going to go back to the original words. They're going to look at documents that surrounded the law at the time to get the intent out of it, to see how words were used at the time, okay? And basically all 10 judges who are originalists will come up with the same interpretation, okay? Now, if you have 10 judges who are not originalists, okay, and they go to the same, that same law, okay, or that same piece of the Constitution, and they look at it, basically you're going to have 10 judges that come up with 10 different interpretations of that law, okay, or of that section of the Constitution, okay. So that's the reason why, I like to tell people that all judges should be originalists, because it is safer. We know what we're getting, okay? Now, if you don't like a particular law, there's ways to change it. If you don't like a section of the Constitution, there's an amendment process where we can take it. Okay, what we cannot do is have judges come up with their own meanings of how that law should apply. Okay, now, when talking to people who I know are Democrats or who I know are liberals, okay, I try to look at things from their perspective and try to come around to a way that they can relate to it. Okay, so I'll look at issues that are important to them. For example, women's rights. Okay, and basically, yes, all people are equal. Okay, but here's the thing: if I am a 220-pound guy and I have a 100-pound woman, okay, there's an obvious inequality between us. Okay, I'm physically stronger than her. Okay, guns are the great equalizer, because if you have a 100-pound woman with a gun and a 220-pound guy with a gun, okay, we are now of equal strength. Okay, so usually if I'm talking to conservatives and people who I know are in favor of gun rights, to those people I will talk about how the Second Amendment is a deterrent against future tyrannies. Okay, if I'm talking to somebody who I know is a Democrat or a liberal, okay, I'm not going to use that anti-tyrannical argument, because it's not something they can relate to. It's not something that's going to mean anything to them. I will use the equality argument. Okay, that's a lot more effective. Guns are the great equalizer. That's what makes us all equal. Okay, so it's something for you guys to think about when you're talking to your Democrat and liberal friends. Okay, and it's very important. We don't want to, we don't want to push them away. We want to bring them in. Okay, we want to, find arguments. Okay, we want to find creative arguments to convince them, why our ways will basically better serve their goals. Okay, and the example that I just gave you, I think, is perfect. Equal rights. We want equal rights, but we want real equal rights. We want equal rights that are where people are in fact equal. And one of the things I like to tell people is only equally armed people are truly equal. Okay. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.